Ate in my throat. I'm okay. Very peach flavor so far. Right.
It's crazy. It's like, wait a second. So you discovered your passion,
Right.
but you've done nothing for 5 years.
Right. I knew what I wanted, but I quit. And the reason I quit was I was afraid, I was insecure, I was immature.
If you manage your expectations, then like you don't have any disappointment in your life.
So Brendan O'Shaughnessy,
I'm here.
thanks for coming into the studio today.
It's my pleasure. I've grown up like just being obsessed with hot sauce. Specifically, kind of started with Tabasco,
Right.
and kind of just snowballed from there. But I just love spicy food.
When I go to Thai restaurants, I usually try to order hot. I don't usually go blazing at Thai restaurants because that has gotten me in tears before, but I like the challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know how fit I am in my mouth.
It is a mental game. Like it is just
fully.
kind of like fully just kind of getting over
Right.
what you think is possible.
Which we've been through a couple mental games together already.
Yes, that's true.
It's black but golden. I'm not here for bragging, boasting. Ain't lying, I've been chosen. Mind is burning, hearts exploding. This is my magnum opus. Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down?
We hiked 2 14ers in 2 days.
Yes, exactly.
And then
Colorado.
got in, right?
Yeah.
And then got in what, 32-degree water
Yeah, it was
afterwards.
awesome.
Yeah, just physical challenges.
Yeah, so this is no different.
Right, this will
Like,
burn calories. Like
Yeah.
use your fitness well.
Absolutely.
Move right, KC.
Sweat a
hashtag.
little bit.
So to emulate hot ones, we're going to try the first last dab first, which is not the. This is the Carolina
yeah,
Reaper.
Carolina Reaper.
Which isn't the extremely hot one, which this
Extremely
one's
hot.
what, twice as hot as
Twice
this
as
one?
hot.
And this one's like 1,000 times hotter than Tabasco?
Tabasco's about 1,000 on the Scoville unit. The Carolina Reaper's about like, it's 1 million to 1.5 million on the Scoville level. And then the Pepper X, even though it's not officially tested, have been reports of 2 to like 2.5 million.
Okay, so if you want to go ahead and dab us
I'm
2
gonna
of
dab
these,
this.
we're gonna take a bite each on our little respective paper towels, and then just
Like-
get to know each other.
What I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna put on what I'm gonna do, but like, feel free to like do whatever you want, cause like, I seem to be a little bit more crazy. Yeah. Okay, it came out way easier. Okay, that's more than you, dude. I need a 1-up. Damn.
It's gonna kill me. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, the taste of the downtown Costantino's chicken is on point.
Yeah, very good. You can automatically kind
It's
of
definitely a slow onset here.
it definitely starts to accumulate like after about like 20 seconds.
I just had that feeling when you get pulled over by a cop of like, oh, What's coming?
The drop of your stomach.
the sweat starts in your core and it starts to.
So I mean, we put a ton of that on. So
I legit have the hiccups.
I saw the one episode. He had an episode where he was like,
I'm okay. Brendan, what do you do professionally and why?
So I'm a graphic designer. I own a design and branding studio called Ocean and Sea. And I just love branding and making logos, and that's what I do.
And Ocean and Sea, is that an extension of your last name?
It is. O'Shaughnessy, Ocean and Sea, homonym. My
I like
wife came
that.
up with that. She gets all the credit.
What do you sell at Ocean and Sea?
So in addition to doing the design services like I was talking about, we actually also have a lot of products. So clothing, t-shirts, apparel, wall display stuff, prints.
For local KC people, if
Yeah.
you've ever seen the LA KC NY heart,
Yeah.
this is your guy.
That was me.
I have the shirt.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Oliver.
Yeah, okay, so I'm Oliver. I live in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
And I'm a professional filmmaker. I work with brands, businesses, organizations, and I make mostly branding content.
Awesome.
Story-based marketing is kind of what I like to brand my stuff as. Like I like to tell stories and help market your business by telling a good story.
Sweet.
But in addition to that,
Yeah.
I compose music for film, work with an
Okay.
agency in Portland that pitches that to filmmakers, and then I run a YouTube channel about audio production.
That's awesome.
I rarely compete.
Totally.
It's a collaborative industry to be in because the supply is so high.
Yep.
And kids that are trying to get into it, I'm always like, just go.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a couple videos for free and boom, you're off to the races. Look, I started this in 2014 and got into it and, had a slow start for 6 or so months. And then talking is so hard. It hurts the gums, like, above my teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's funny about that is, like, I'll tack off that is, like, so I'm very much known for, like, making T-shirts.
Right.
And the ironic thing is, like, I am completely 100% supportive of people pursuing their dreams. Our motto at Ocean and Sea is dream again, and I love that, like, when you just kind of run into videographers that are, like, younger than you, like, automatically, like, just encourage them to go for it because there's so much opportunity in your realm. But I, like, my whole kind of, like, motive, effort, and, like, just, like, kind of, like, passion behind Ocean and Sea is to just, like, push people to do what just makes them alive.
Right.
And so, like, literally most of that is more just pressure for me to do it myself.
Right.
And then if I can, like, pull along some people to do it alongside me, that's that much better.
Right. Well, dude, I just shared this thing on Instagram that said something to the effect of entrepreneurs are the only people that work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours a week. And I was like,
dude, that's so true. It's so true.
I'd rather have the freedom.
I've never heard it put that way, but that's actually
sleep can come later.
Yeah.
Right.
For real. So
transitioning, what are we up to next?
We're gonna do Pepper X next, which, like I said, hottest pepper in the world at the moment.
Right.
And so it's about twice as hot as the Carolina Reaper, which is already pretty flaming right now, still in our mouths.
So classic hot ones. We're gonna do a deep dive on each other's Instagrams and have a quick conversation.
Why not?
After trying this. So
yeah, let's do it.
All right. This hottest.
Cheers.
Cheers. Great flavor.
Mm-hmm. You might be tasting a little bit the peach.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really sweet. Ate in my throat. I'm okay. Great peach flavor so far. That one, I think, like, my natural saliva swallowing when chewing, a part of it went to the back of my throat.
Dude, yeah.
So I'm feeling it way back. Okay.
Big deep dive.
So talk to me right here about this beard.
Yeah. So
what was happening there at this time in your life?
Basically,
I'll pull it up on the screen. I screenshot it.
So I'm drawing here for a collaborative project with an organization called the Freely Given Movement. And we did a few, like, apparel product items to help their awesome initiative of giving money to families that have a need, like, say their kid has leukemia or someone got cancer. So it's an awesome like little organization that do a lot of good. But yeah, so the beard, I grew a beard for 4 years, and I did it just because, honestly, don't really know why I did it. I wasn't really setting out to grow a beard.
It's long. It's like Castaway long.
And then 4 years later, I was like, what happened?
When did you shave it off?
I want to say maybe like 2 years ago now.
And why?
But, like, this is super annoying. It's just like when you have a beard down here, it's just annoying.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, so straight up, I was just like, I'm done. Tell me a little bit about this here.
So this is me standing in front of a street sign in Wichita, Kansas called Oliver.
Okay.
Which is conveniently my name. I was engaged to be married.
A very British name, by the way.
It is. There are not a lot of Olivers here in the States. In fact, I met, I think, the only one my age at Vid Summit. He works for B&H Photo. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm like the tip of my tongue and my lips are like going numb. Anyway, this was a trek down to Wichita. It was the first time that my parents met my fiance's parents at the time.
Nice.
And all the awkward tension involved in that. This was December 2012.
Is the like little caption? Are you playing off the hit hip hop star Eminem?
Let's just say so. Let's just say I was. I didn't have as much style then as I do now. I didn't have a barber. Shout out to Gabe Spring.
But you still look like a happy chap.
Yeah, I was a happy chap. You know. I wasn't doing what I loved at the time. I was a real estate appraiser, and I was also selling windows door to door, just trying to make a living. It's a little trying to be a grown up. Yeah. And it took me 2 more years of that and a child for me to actually assess what am I doing with my life. Dude, and then I had a chance meeting with a gentleman named Bobby Pitts, who, invited me on set to come help him do some shooting, and I was like,
that's awesome.
This is it.
That's awesome.
From this point on.
And what I respect so much about that is like I have had so many countless stories and brush-ups with people that like find out what their passion is and then don't pursue it.
Right.
It's crazy. It's like, well, wait a second. So you discovered your passion, but you've done nothing for 5 years.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
To give a little context, I went to school to be a commercial film composer. In Nashville, and I ended up petering out, fizzling out, and quitting. Came back to KU, studied geography, just got a degree. Went out to Denver, was selling windows door to door. I used to make videos my whole life. I did music my whole life. Those are my two things, film and music.
So you knew like a little earlier on, like that was sort of it.
I knew what I wanted, but I quit. And the reason I quit was I was afraid, I was insecure, I was immature, and I had no one to guide me. I didn't have parents that were able to like speak into that. It was kind of like a laissez-faire, like do your passion. And I was like, well, I guess my passion has to be being a grown-up, you know.
Totally.
I got married really young, had kids really young, jumped into a career in real estate really young.
Totally.
And I found myself 5 years later, like, what the f***?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably believe that.
Trying to figure it out.
Right. And so when I got back into it, it was 10 years after I'd quit. And I got back into music because of Bobby. And so I feel like that circle I got to experience of almost like the despair of quitting. But I had false confidence back then anyway. I was intimidated by other creatives. I didn't collaborate with them. I was afraid of them, right? Because I was afraid of myself. I didn't have any sort of self-confidence in any way. So to get back into it, I feel like I have this extra voice for younger people. To be like, you gotta go.
Totally.
Now's the time. Like your 20s are the time to mess everything up.
Exactly.
I messed everything up in my 20s. And I'm putting it back together in my 30s, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So,
and I have like a unique sort of angle too, because I graduated, I don't know if we're the same age. I'm 33 now.
I'm 31. I'll be 32 in a couple months.
I graduated during the recession, so it was like the worst time to graduate, and it gave me a few more like hairs on my chest, so to speak. You know, like it really tests like your motivation of like, do you really want to do this for real? Because like I was working at like a science shop and all this like BS stuff, like internships. Even though like all these opportunities that I had, I loved. It was like, you know, free to minimum wage. So it's like you can't.
No way to like actually support yourself or what you really want to do. Anything.
So I put in some grueling 2 or 3 years at the beginning, and that really tested like, do I really want to do this? And for me, it's like I just go forward, and it's like I'll figure it out. You know, like I don't want to change careers, so I guess I'll just like, you know, eat rice a lot. I mean, just the start, even like the first 3 months is miserable. The first 6 months is difficult, but like seriously, it's sort of like you get over that hump.
And you keep going.
It's momentum.
Tell me about starting Ocean and Sea. Did you guys have trouble getting going?
We didn't really have trouble getting going because we really like, my new thing in life is like managing expectations. And if you manage your expectations, then like you don't have any disappointment in your life. And that doesn't mean a pessimistic view of the world. It just means I'm motivated. I'm going towards like, you know, this one thing, and they're like the things that are around me that I can't control are not going to persuade the way I feel and my motivation factor to my dreams.
Dude, I love that.
But
who was it that said happiness is reality minus expectations?
I've never heard that, but
I love that.
Brilliant. You know, it's like, that's what like I've really been like chewing on lately. But early on, going back to like Ocean and Sea, we didn't really have like a ton of expectations. We were just literally creating it to get back into like being more creative and to do it more on like a daily kind of exercise way, like an athlete would work out every day. Like we just did something creative every day through a creative project. And then just slowly gain traction on Instagram. And back then, like algorithms didn't absolutely kill you. So like some organic growth kind of like happened, and just built it from there. And then the product was just kind of natural. And then the design later just has become a natural thing. So just an ongoing evolution.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where's it going next?
I just want to continue to service like the best clients and do the best work that I can. So logo branding, continue to sell awesome products and do all that stuff in the lifestyle part of our company. But yeah, to really just hone in on doing some awesome branding work and some kick-ass logos.
Brendan,
good to see you there.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I know.
I feel fine. I mean, like, my mouth hurts, but what I just went through, it's like, you know, if you have an injury, like hurt yourself worse somewhere else and you'll forget about this one. It's like I'm okay, you know, I'm surviving.
Just slap yourself and you'll get over it.
Right. So where can people find you just to follow what you're doing?
So oceanandc.com is our website address, and then at oceanandc, you can find us on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for tuning into our local Kansas City version of Hot Ones. Easy.